Okay, this is Algebra 1, Part 1, Lesson 4.4, page 255 to 256, Problem 3, Identifying Continuous and Discrete Graphs. So what they're showing you here is that within the same problem, you can have both things going on. It tells you that the weight of the cheese depends on the number of gallons of milk you used. 16 ounces is a gallon. Because the cheese, I apologize, the cheese will be measured in weight, in ounces. So if we put 0 milk in there, obviously we have 0 weight. If we have 1 gallon of milk, that's 16 ounces. If we have 2 gallons of milk, that's 32 ounces. And that's basically just doing 16 times 1, 16 times 2, 16 times 3. Okay, so if we graph that, that's obviously linear because it's just multiplying by 2. It gives us a solid slope of 2 over 1. And the reason we can draw the line is because at any given time, as you're pouring the milk, you've got half a gallon, you've got a quarter of a gallon, you've got 1.5 gallons, you can do numbers in between here. You can pour any of these amounts along this line. You can pour a decimal of amount of milk, a fractional amount of milk, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So if you can use the numbers in between the points, then that's considered continuous. For the amount of money, it's telling you that the cheese costs $9. So that means 9 times however many you get to sell is what your the money you make is going to be. So that's just literally 0 times 9, 1 times 9, 2 times 9. Since he only sells wheels, as far as we know, that means if he sells 0, he gets $0. If he sells 1, he gets $9. If he sells 2, he gets $18. But I'm not selling partial wheels, so I can't do these numbers in between. That means it is a discrete graph, which means there are definite numbers that it can be. Over here, it can be anything. But over here, you can only sell 1, you can only sell 2, you can only sell 3. You can't sell 1.5 or 2.5 or 2.25 or whatever. So that's the difference between continuous means you can use all these values in between. Discrete means you only can do these definite values. So there's no line in between there. Okay, so on the got it, amount of water in the wading pool depends on the amount of time. So I'm sorry, yes, time in minutes that it's been filling. So for example, I did 2 minutes. This is saying 3 gallons per, this is saying 3 gallons per minute. So for 0 minutes, obviously there's nothing in there. In 2 minutes, you've got 6 gallons. 4 minutes, you've got 12 gallons. And all I really did was go into the stat function, turn it on, that would help. Okay, go into the stat function, do edit and enter your list. This is actually the list for part B, but you edit your enter your X's in list 1, your Y's in list 2. Remember under Y equals, make sure that plot is turned on, just arrow up to it, hit enter to make it highlighted. And then you can go to graph and remember to tell it to zoom stat, which is actually, you have to arrow down a little bit. It's like 9, I think. Yeah. So make sure you zoom stat and that'll show you this. Now this one, you can draw the line because you can be filling it for 1.5 minutes or 2.25 minutes or 5.5 minutes or whatever. You can do things in between with minutes. Okay. So this makes sense. For this one, the cost for baseball tickets depends on the number of tickets bought. Well, you can't sell half a ticket for a baseball game. So they're saying it's $16 a ticket. So that would be 2 tickets is 32, 4 tickets, 64, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be a discrete graph because I can't sell a half a ticket. I can't sell 3.25 tickets or whatever. So because I can't sell in between there, I can't break that up like I could the minutes. this is going to be a discrete graph. This is going to be a continuous graph.